It's time now for the Law and You, brought to you by Gig and Janculo. We have our attorneys, Mike Gig and Chris Janculo, joining us once again. How you guys doing?
Very good.
Good. Great. Good to see you guys as always. Okay, before we get to our question today, what kind of law do you guys focus on?
Well, we do a lot. I do personal injury, workers' compensation, Social Security, disability. Mike, of course, does our wills, trusts, estates, and real estate.
All right, Mike, so this question was submitted anonymously by I-814 viewer. Question today is, I received a notice in the mail saying that I owe taxes on my deceased mother's bank account that I was on with her. I didn't think I would owe taxes, though, if I was put on her account. So, Mike, how do they handle this?
Yeah, so what I think the listeners need to know is if you are on a bank account with anyone other than your spouse, okay, if you're a joint owner, not as a, some people confuse being a power of attorney on a bank account with their mother or father, as opposed to actually being a joint owner. If you're a joint owner on one of those accounts that's not with your spouse, you are going to owe inheritance tax on that, okay? And people miss this a lot of times, and another reason why they miss it is because sometimes the Department of Revenue, they're supposed to send out a notice to you in the mail as the surviving joint owner saying, hey, you own this joint account with your mother or father or some other family member, and you owe tax on it. But what I've seen is sometimes they don't always send that out. But if you do get a notice, they're notifying you that, hey, maybe if, let's just say, for example, you had a joint account with your mother who passed away, so you're technically, legally 50% owner of that account. You inherit the other 50% from your mother when she passed. You'll owe inheritance tax on that 50%. Now, I've just dealt with this recently. Department of Revenue sometimes messes up, and they will either say, give a different percentage that you owned at the time of the death, or they'll give the wrong inheritance tax rate. And some people don't know, if they don't look it up, what the proper rate is. I even had recently where someone came in and they were a spouse. They got a notice sent to them that they owed 15% inheritance tax on the account, and if they wouldn't have come into me or another attorney to explain it to them, they wouldn't have known. And people try to do the right thing most times and probably would have paid it and they wouldn't have had to. But what they need to know is when you die or when a family member dies, the bank is required to send a notice to the Department of Revenue saying that here was the date of death balance on the account. Then you have to notify the surviving owner that, hey, there's inheritance tax owed.
Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Pennsylvania one of only a few states that still has this tax?
Yeah, I think they're one of maybe 6 or 7 of the lucky states that has state inheritance tax. A lot of people think of inheritance tax, they might think of the federal, death tax, as they say in the news. 99.9% of people don't. That's up into the, I think it's maybe up to 13 or 14 million. If it's anything above that, I think it might be higher at this point, that would owe federal estate tax, but state inheritance tax, yeah, Pennsylvania is one of, I think, 6 or 7 states.
Okay, so this might be a thing where, talking to relatives that are in a different state, and then they might be confused, like, oh, I didn't even know you had inheritance tax, so.
It does not matter if you live in another state. If your loved one who died had that account in Pennsylvania, even if you lived in California, if you were a joint owner on the account located in Pennsylvania, the person died in Pennsylvania, you will owe inheritance tax on that account. I get that question a lot too. Well, I don't live in a state that has inheritance tax. You still would owe it.
Okay, and then, yeah, it seems like this is something that's really important to reach out to someone like you because, again, the Revenue Department could get something incorrect, so.
Or they don't send a note. That's a big thing. They might not send a notice to you. So if you have a joint account with mother or father, someone who passed away, if you don't get that notice, you still have to understand you will owe inheritance tax on that. And if you don't pay it within 9 months of that person's death, it starts to accrue interest every day. So don't just rely on the Department of Revenue sending you that notice.
Right, and do not wait too long to reach out to these guys. So, Chris, if people need your help, how can they reach out?
Yes, please give us a call at 814-946-1606 or go to our website at gig-law.com.
Excellent, guys. Thank you so much. And you can submit your question. Just send an email to the lawandyu@WTAJTV.com. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.